3, 2, 1, go. Terms of service. Terms. Welcome to the services of Broadway Pixels LLC. These terms, which include the hereby incorporate the private policy at our company. Private policy are a legal agreement between Broadway Pixels and a trademark and its related companies, the company us, our, or we, and you or your, by using or accessing the Broadway Pixels application, the app, or the website located at https://broadwaypixels.com, the site, which are collectively referred to as the service. You agree, I, that you are 13 years of age or older, I, if you the age of majority in your jurisdiction or over, that you have read or understood and accept the bound of the terms, and I, if you are between 13 and the age of majority in your jurisdiction, that you are legal guardian and has reviewed agrees to these terms. Please read the terms of service terms of service carefully before using the Broadway Pixels websites or any other services used, maintained, and owned for the services operated by Broadway Pixels, trademark us, we, or our. Broadway Pixels. Broadway Pixels, the game company, music producer, with being a YouTuber and streamer. Your access to use of the services is conditioned on your acceptance and accomplice with these terms. These terms apply to all visitors, users, and others who access or use the services. By accessing or using the services, you agree to be bound by these terms. If you disagree with any part of the terms, you may not access any of the services, and you should leave without any exception. Accounts. When you create an account with us, you must provide information that is accurate, complete, and current at all times. Failure to do so constitutes a breach of the terms and may result in immediate termination of your account of all services. This does not apply to private servers or social networks, including Kickscon. You are responsible for safeguarding the password that you use to access the services for any activities under your password, whether your password is with our services or a third-party service. You agree to disclose your password to any third party. You must notify us immediately upon becoming aware of any breach, security, or unauthorized use of your account. Links to other websites. Double stars. Our services may contain links to third-party web services or services that are not allowed or controlled by Broadway Pixels trademark. Broadway Pixels trademark has no control over and assumes no responsibility for the content, private policies, or practices of third-party websites or services. You further acknowledge and agree that Broadway Pixels shall not be responsible or liable directly or indirectly for any damage or loss caused or alleged to be caused by or in connection with use of your alliance on any such content, goods, services, on or through any such websites or services. We strongly advise you to read the terms and conditions policies of any third-party web services or services that you visit. Termination. Double stars. All provisions of terms which by their nature should survive termination shall survive termination, including without limitation, ownership, provisions, warranty, disclaimers, indemnity, and limitations of liability. We may terminate or suspend your account immediately without prior notice or liability for any reason whatsoever. including without limitation if you breach the terms. Upon termination, your right to use the service will immediately cease. If you wish to terminate your account, you may simply discontinue using the services, using the service. All provisions of the terms which by their nature should survive termination shall survive termination without. Oh yeah, exactly. Forgot. Governing law. These terms shall be governed and construed in accordance with the laws of Pennsylvania, United States, without regard to its conflict of law provisions. Our failure to enforce any right of provision of these terms will not be considered a waiver of those rights. If any provision of these terms is held to be invalid or unenforceable by a court, the remaining provisions of these terms will remain in effect. These terms constitute the entire agreement between us regarding our services and supersede and replace any prior agreements we might have between us regarding the services. Changes double stars. We reserve the right at our sole discretion to modify or replace these terms at any time. If a revision is material, we try to provide at least 30 days of notice prior to any new terms taking effect. What constitutes a material change will be determined at our sole discretion. By continuing to access or using any of our services after those revisions become effective, you agree to be bound by these revised terms. If you do not agree to the new terms, please stop using the services. I'm not joking. Please stop using the services if you do not agree to the terms. No joke. If you have any questions about these terms, please contact us. Broadway Pixels trademark is a trademark and has its legal rights. Don't mess with Broadway Pixels, people. You will be banned if you do. Not just by me, but Broadway Pixels. I'm no moderator. Don't judge me.